So here with Basford United player and assistant manager Liam Hearn. So Liam, first couple of weeks back at the club, how's it been so far?
They've been really positive. Results haven't been great, but the lads are buying into what we're trying to do. Reception's been really good for them all, and I think ultimately we're planning for the future now. And yeah, it's been great to be back, seeing Chris, seeing all the old faces, working with Cliffy. It's been good, enjoying it, but a lot of work to do. I'm looking forward to that.
And you've returned in a slightly different role this time as a player and assistant manager. Tell me what that's been like.
Well, I was kind of like that before, but I just think I'm more experienced now. I think going away, learning from my time at Mansfield, being in and around Mansfield, then going to Derby, being in and around Derby, plus my own business, which I have. I've been in a mentoring capacity. I just feel like I'm more rounded now and more experienced for the journey which I've been on to come back now and help the team, help Cliffy, help everyone really, just to try and get us to the heights where we want to be, and that isn't where we are now.
And you kind of mentioned it there, but talk me through your coaching experience so far and what you're kind of doing at Derby County as well now.
So I'm in the YDP at Derby, just learning all the time, coaching a really talented set of players. But in and around talented coaches as well. I get access to being around the first team, the 23s, the 18s, and it's great. It's great for me, and I like to think it's good for them as well, because I like to think that I bring something to the table as well. Ultimately, my coaching journey started when I finished playing at about 30, the full-time game, and I just been learning the trade ever since. And I think through life I've gained a lot of experience, and it's just something what I feel I can bring to the table, and I back myself to do that, to get the best out of players and to get the best out of the team, and then ultimately to give a responsibility of a job like this is great for me, because now it gives me something else to sink my teeth into and really help towards building and progressing.
And obviously, so you're quite early on in your coaching career still, but what do you feel you offer to Basford going forward?
I think it's hard to pinpoint that. I just think that I'll be able to bring the experience which I have, 6 years coaching experience and 15, 20 years playing experience. But I think my attention to detail in terms of sessions, in terms of games, how to get what we want. So if Cliffy says to me, look, I feel like we need this, I'm really creative in the sense of I can design templates and sessions and help the players understand what we want, and ultimately get the best out of players, especially the youngsters, helping them to understand the game, implementing passages of play, areas for them to be when the ball's on a certain side of the pitch. Also the analysis on the opposition, the analysis on our games, trying to help us get better. I don't know, it's hard to pinpoint one thing, but ultimately I know I'm ready for this opportunity, and I'm just looking forward to just getting into it and showing what I'm capable of.
And obviously a vast amount of experience as a player, but do you see things slightly differently now you're on the touchline as well?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you always do. However, I didn't come into the game till quite late, and I started coaching at a really young age. So I've been coaching in my late teens, early 20s when I was a youth worker at Unity. And I've always studied the game, I've always watched the game, watched individuals. I'm like a sponge, I like to learn all the time, and I'm humble enough to know that you're never the finished article, and you can always constantly improve. I think looking back now, I think my injuries stood me in good stead, because in 4 years I had 3 really bad injuries, but that enabled me to watch a lot of football. So I watched a lot of Grimsby, home and away. I watched a lot of Mansfield for like 8 or 9 months. And I think that kind of primed me for where I am now, to be around the changing rooms in the Football League, in the conference, see the managers, see decisions being made, see players coming in and out. I think ultimately that kind of set me on my way, when I look back now, to being able to relate to players more, to being able to see things a little bit different to what maybe someone of my experience would have done if they didn't have that.
And obviously a lot of memories for you at Basford as well, with over 40 goals in your last season as a player. But you're back on home turf this weekend, and what's your message to the fans as the club heads into the business end of the season?
Just stick by us. I think there's been some movement this week with players, and I know it will be difference of opinion will always be in football, because that's football. However, just stick by us. We have a plan, and we're pushing to get there together. Everyone wants success. Everyone at the club wants success. We want success, and I want success. So I'd say keep supporting the boys, stay with us, and just enjoy the ride. Because the players that will be coming in will be bringing something to the table. They'll be hard working, and they'll want to be here for the right reasons. Not that the other lads weren't, but we're talking about moving forward now. So I'd say stick by us, enjoy the ride, and we look forward to seeing you.
Perfect. Thanks for your time, Liam.
Anytime.